Already, big bro. You already know, man. Already, big bro. Sorry for your loss, man. I gotta do the same thing Saturday myself. I'll be doing the same thing on Saturday, Dana J. What up? What up? What up? What up? Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Hey, okay, okay. Hey, okay, all right. Hey, free Kale, free Kale, free Kale, free Kale, free Kale, free Kale, free Kale. Hey, all right, Dana. It's kind of funny, like you wore mega hats. Uh-oh, I paused it. Okay, we got some AZ State, Arizona State Senate True, the vote presentation. Okay, got some heat going down in Phoenix right now. Some heat going on in Phoenix right now. But I'm gonna take this picture down. I got something for y'all today. Y'all read the title of the live. Y'all saw the title of the live today. I want to know how many people. Do anybody know who this kid is? Do y'all remember this kid? This is what the dream team do. Oh, they going. This is about the what's going on in Arizona is about the 2020 election. Oh man, it's finna go down. Oh yeah. Okay, EJ say, yeah, I know who this is. Man, y'all see this kid here, man. Y'all see this kid on the stream. And people wonder why, the things that we should be. I salute anybody that's standing up for innocent people or innocent person, whether the person is white, whether the person is black, Asian, Mexican, Chinese, no matter. Injustice is injustice. No matter who is being served up against. It doesn't matter where it comes from. Just so happened today marks the man. This is one of those stories where, what I'm saying, we are privy to always singing. Oh, it's going down in Arizona about the 2020 election, man. I see some people say, yeah, they know who this guy is. Some people haven't said anything. But let's see. Let's see what's going on. Man, this is sad. This is sad, man. This is sad. This kid lost his life. This kid life was taken. This kid life was taken. And just to find out that he was innocent. Just to find out that he was innocent. You know. And this is exactly, EJ. Exactly. 100 years later, man. And this is why people look at why this is what happened when you don't have advocates or you don't have people out here that's fighting for you. This is what happened when you don't have people out here keeping your name alive. This is what happened when you don't have people bringing attention to your case. This is what happened. It's hundreds and thousands, if not millions, of George this kid out here. It's millions of these kids in the prison. It's hundreds of thousands, if not, ain't no telling how many people. How many times are we going to continue to sit and watch innocent people? Some lose their life. Some get their convictions overturned after doing 30, 40, 50 years. You know, this is the problem that we're having. We have people out here who's not willing to understand that they can't separate the injustice from their feelings. You know, you have a lot of people because they dislike a person. They don't care what goes on with that person. They don't care if they're being mistreated. They don't care if they're being handled wrong. They don't care if people are doing dirty things to them. Just because they dislike that person, it doesn't mean that that person don't deserve a fair trial. It doesn't mean that that person don't deserve a fair chance. Just because you dislike a person doesn't make them not be a human being. And every human has the same rights as each other. Whether you like me or not, we still have the same equal rights. We have the same equal opportunities. We have the same equal opportunity. Man, I was reading this story today, and when I say, man, it touched me, man. It touched me. Who you see here is George Stinney Jr., born October 21st, 1929. June 16th, 1944, was an African-American boy who at the age of 14 was convicted in a proceeding later vacated. He was convicted. At the age of 14, he was convicted in a proceeding later vacated as an unfair trial in 2014 of murdering two young girls, Betty June Beckner, age 11, and Mary Emma at age 7, in his hometown of I can't pronounce that. I can't pronounce this hometown, but it's in South Carolina. He was executed by electric chair in June 1944 thus becoming the youngest American with an ex-birthday confirmed to be sentenced to death and executed in the 20th century. A re-examination of Stinney's case began in 2004, and several individuals in the Northeast University School of Law sought a judicial review. Stinney's conviction was vacated in 2014. 70 years. 70 years after he was executed, when a court ruled that he had not received a fair trial, effectively clearing his name. Now, this what we're hearing, this what we're seeing, this is why we fight for injustice. This is why we have to fight for injustice. This is why we have to stand up for our people. This is why we have to hold the courts accountable. This is why we have to hold the prosecution accountable. This is why we have to hold the judges accountable. This is why we have to hold accusers accountable. After 70 years, man, they took this kid life at the age of 14, electrocuting this man, electrocuting this kid at the age of 14. At the age of 14, the execution within 5,380 votes in his head. 5,380 votes of electricity to this kid's head. At only 14 years old. At only 14 years old, man. At only 14 years old. 70 years later, after reviewing this kid's case, they vacated the case. And this kid was found innocent. 70 years later. This is why we have to stand up. We don't have 70 years to wait for them to correct something that they could have corrected in the beginning. Everybody who's been following this case that we follow has been seeing the injustice, has been seeing the unfair treatment, has been seeing the government just bully their way through this case. We have been seeing the judge insert herself in this case in ways that a judge shouldn't be inserting herself into a case like this. But this is why we have to stand up for fair treatment. This is why we have to stand up for justice. This kid, 70 years, who's to say that he couldn't have lived those 70 years? If he would have had a fair trial, who's to say that this kid couldn't still be alive till today? His case was vacated 70 years after his death, which if in 2014 would have made him 94 years old. But he wasn't able to live those 70 years because his life was taken. All because these accusers. It wasn't even accusers, all because of someone alleged that he had done so. No proof, no evidence, just word of mouth. Oh, he did it. Just because these girls was found near his home, he just so happened to be the person who done it. Why? Why do we as a culture, why do we as a race sit back and we tear each other down? We don't stick up for our people. Time and time again, I don't give a damn if you for Robert Kelly or you against Robert Kelly. We all have seen the injustice that has been done and served upon our people, our race. We all have been set behind the starting line. We all have yet to cross the finish line. And for our people to sit up and uphold some wrongdoings just because they dislike a person or they don't care for a person, whatever the situation may be, doesn't make it right. Exactly, EJ. Exactly. Exactly, EJ. When I read this, all I could think about was, damn. When I read this, all I could think to myself was, damn. All I could say to myself was, damn. The boy parents were threatened and prevented from being present in the courtroom and subsequently expelled from the city. Before the execution, George spent 81 days in prison without being able to see his parents. He was held in solitary confinement 80 miles from his city. He was heard alone without the presence of his parents or a lawyer. Now, how are they able to deal with a 14-year-old? How are they able to have court with a 14-year-old kid without his parents being available? He didn't even have a lawyer available. This is what you call abuse of power. This is what you call abuse of power. Just because they could, they did it just because they can do it. Oh, we the government, we the police, we the judge. This is what we can do, so we gonna do what we can do. We don't care if it's right. We don't care if it's wrong. We gonna do what we want to do. What's it gonna take for our people to understand that this shit is bigger than Robert? This shit is bigger than Robert Kelly. This shit is bigger than Bill Cosby. This shit bigger than Michael Jackson. What's going on, our channel by Angie? This shit is bigger than any celebrity that ever been dealing with these court systems. This shit is a major, major, major issue. How every time we look around, we see innocent people being released from prison after they done served. They've been locked up at 18 years old. They've been locked up at 15, 16 years old. They served 30, 40, 50 years in prison. We study see our people being released from prison after they got took off the streets at 15, 16, 17. They done served 30, 40 years in a prison system. Then they be introduced to the real world, don't even know how to survive. They done lost contact with all their family. They come out of prison feeling hopeless, and all of a sudden they killing themselves because they don't know how to adjust to society. Why do we have to go back, wait till they have, why should we have to wait for them to go back and fix something that could have been corrected when the trial was going on? We're not sitting here saying that somebody's innocent, somebody's guilty, but what we are saying is that what is it going to take for it to be fair? Make it fair. We can live with it. We, the public, can live with it. Long as it's fair. Do it the right way. What's up, Alicia? What up, JoJo? That's all we ask for. All we want to do is see fair and impartial justice served. No matter who the person is, no matter who the individual is. It don't matter if you're Caucasian, it don't matter if you're Asian, it don't matter if you're Chinese, it don't matter if you're Mexican, it don't matter. What is it going to take for us to come together to see that we have to hold these officials accountable to make sure that they do their job, so we don't have to see another George Stinney 70 years later after this kid. 70 years later after this kid was, they reviewed this kid case and it was vacated, and he was found innocent. 70 years later, it's too late. This kid is already gone at 14 years old. They electrocuted this kid. 5,380 volts of electricity to this kid's head. Innocent. Took him away from his family. Took him away from his parents. They wasn't even allowed in the courtroom. Who they remind you of? They just came and took Emmett Till. Never saw him again until they was identifying the body. Why are we okay with our people being mistreated just because we don't choose, just because we don't have a liking for this person, just because I don't care for that person, oh, I don't care what happened to him? That's not the type of heart you are put on this earth to have, man. If you don't got nothing else in you, you should have a heart. You don't have to like nobody. You don't have to deal with them. You don't have to eat at the table with them. But what you should care for is that they are being treated fairly. If a person commit a crime, I say, if you committed a crime, you do the time. You commit a crime, you do the time. What up, JoJo? If you do something, you must be held accountable for it. But when we start to see shady dealings, we start to see abuse of power, when we start seeing violations of due process, why do we have to sit here? First, we used to have to deal with the Caucasian accusing our people of doing things, Caucasian women accusing our brothers of doing certain things, and we used to have to be aware of our surrounding when it came to the Caucasian women. Now it's no longer the Caucasian women who are putting our brothers away. It's the women that we protect. It's the women that we protect as brothers. It's the women that we have to stand up for as brothers. When did it ever become okay that a white man would ever protect our sisters? When did the white man ever gain respect for our sisters? When did our sisters ever when did our sisters get this power from? To the fact that these Caucasian people care so much when it comes to our sisters. Because it's a lot of our sisters that's missing out here on these streets. It's a lot of our sisters that's missing on these streets. And you don't hear nothing. You don't hear a word. You don't hear none of it talked about. You don't hear this. You don't see this on the news. You don't see none of this. But if these sisters was kidnapped by somebody with relevance like a R. Kelly, or if they was touched by somebody like a Cuba Gooding Jr., oh, that right there means something. Oh, we might need to look into that. But why are we seeing ads on the TV shows every day about missing women of color? This is what I'm trying to understand. And it may not be for me to understand, but it's the God in me that makes me question, where is the fairness at? Oh, we don't care about your abuser if your abuser don't have nothing that we can gain from this. That's just like I put the video up. I'm going to take this brother down right here. Man, that's a sad story. That's a sad story. Just like I put this up right here. I told people, this is why. This is why I fight. This is why I look at it the way that I look at it. This is brother R. Kelly on the Gayle King. I told people, R. Kelly spoke his truth on the Gayle King show. He told us.
I'm surprised that you agreed to do it. Why are you sitting down with us today?
I'm very tired of all of the lies. I've been hearing things and seeing things on the blogs, and I'm just tired.
What are the lies that you're hearing that disturb you most?
Oh my God, all of them. Got little girls trapped in the basement, helicopters over my house, trying to rescue someone that doesn't need rescuing because they're not in my house, handcuffing people, starving people. I have a harem, a cult. I don't even really know what a cult is, but I know I don't have one,
Have you done?
Everybody has so much to say about R. Kelly. R. Kelly doing this interview, right? Everybody has so much to say. I told people, R. Kelly was telling the truth in that interview, right? That interview right there was played worldwide for everybody to see. Why wasn't this played worldwide? Why did they display this?
Oh, Jesus.
Don't worry about it. See, that's what I'm saying.
He'll be back trying to go back in there.
mean, if he ain't hear none of this commotion or see none of this, he'll be back trying to go back in there. We got to watch that motherfucker go in.
They don't know.
Okay.
Come on, man. Ah.
What's up? She's handcuffed. She's handcuffed and chained to a wall.
God.
Here's a way to get in there. All that shit just ordered up. So, I was walking down the street, and I hear somebody beating on the window. The man had put the girl inside the house. I called the police. He must have went through the basement. So I'm on 119th to Agustin. And we walking past and hear the lady beating on the window. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We finna find out what's going on. And she let dude ass get up out of here. So I'm on 119. It's a lady trapped in this house. I don't know if she's been kidnapped. I don't know how long she's been in here, but she inside the house. The motherfucker just left him out of here. He got a girl kidnapped in here. She beating on the window. I'm like, man, me and my man out here talking. We down there. We hear a motherfucker beating on the window. The little girl say she been beating on the window for weeks. We talked to the girl and everything. Man, on everything, G. She in there.
How she can't get out? She tied up.
She tied up or something.
She locked in that room.
Or locked in that room.
Locked in that room.
Damn, that's crazy.
I ain't been safe.
Well, we didn't. She been beaten.
For weeks. Come on, man.
Dude ass just went right there. Cause we didn't know the little girls next door say they been hearing it, but they didn't know.
We heard you all the way down the street talking about how long you been in here. How old are you? I said no.
I did call the police. The police right there. I'm sitting right here waiting for. They gonna come out with her. This is why we need to buy all these abandoned properties. Just go in there and take these bitches. Go in there and fix them up. When a motherfucker come talking, fuck what you talking about. It's been abandoned. They using them for kidnapping. Fuck this. Come talk to the bank. Let the bank come talk to us. Let the bank come talk to us. That's how we do that. Let the bank come talk to us. The kids say they've been hearing it for weeks. But me and him was down there talking. I'm like, hold on, man. Somebody beating on the window up there. Man, I heard we was right there where he cutting the grass at.
He had a blue jean coat?
He had a blue jean coat. And I asked her. I was like, did the dude with the blue jean coat just leave out?
He just walked up out of here?
No, I was telling the police.
Ain't nobody
else
been walking. If he didn't hear you,
he saw us standing right here, though.
That don't mean nothing.
True.
If he didn't hear none of that commotion, like
man, fuck that. Monday we coming right here to take them boards off, put some doors up. This our property. You finna do who? Everything all right? All right. I don't know. Now he don't want to tell. Don't worry about it. I'm live. I'm live. Don't call my phone. I'm not answering. If she wasn't able to get out, he getting the lock cutters.
That is sad as fuck.
How long? And she say she been in there for a minute.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't worry about it. See, this is what I'm saying.
He don't know that he'll be back trying to go back in there. If he ain't hear none of this commotion or see none of this, he'll be back trying to go back in there. We got to watch that motherfucker go in.
They don't know.
Okay.
Come on, man. Ah.
What's up? She's handcuffed. She's handcuffed and chained to a wall.
Oh my God. Lord,
just stay back a little bit.
And
just kind of. We're gonna see if the guy kind of wanders back over.
I told.
He's handcuffed and chained to a wall.
Oh my God.
Just stay back a little bit. And just kind of. We're gonna see if the guy kind of wanders back over.
I told y'all where he was.
But I'm more worried.
I know. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got you. 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 Don't worry about it, cause I'm finna go. No, to get her. This is my house from now on. This finna be my house. Bank, come holler at me.
Fuck that, because that's what they doing. That's what they doing. They taking these houses, putting these girls inside these houses. I just located a girl inside this house. The police say she chained up, and the kids say they've been hearing this noise for weeks. But don't worry about it. This is why I'm telling y'all, all these abandoned houses around our house, we need to go in there, fix them up, fuck what the bank talking about. Man, we do it. Yeah.
Now, what did R. Kelly tell Gayle King?
I'm surprised that you agreed to do it. Why are you sitting down with us today?
I'm very tired of all of the lies. I've been hearing things and, and seeing things on the blogs, and, I'm just tired.
What are the lies that you're hearing that disturb you most?
Oh my God. All of them. Got little girls trapped in the basement, helicopters over my house, trying to rescue someone that doesn't need rescuing because they're not in my house, handcuffing people, starving people. I have a harem, a cult. I don't even really know what a cult is, but I know I don't have one,
Have you done?
So I feel like me personally, I feel like the same people who have all this outrage for R. Kelly, why don't y'all have this outrage for Kim Fox? Where's this outrage for Lori Lightfoot? Where's this outrage for the city of Chicago? I feel if y'all gonna be mad at R. Kelly for stating the obvious, that it really are girls who are chained up in basements, who trapped in houses, who is really a part of a cult. If he made y'all aware of this and y'all are outraged at him, where's the outrage for the people who's supposed to protect these young girls? Why aren't y'all outraged at those people? Where's the same outrage for those people? Because if they not protecting them, they neglecting them. If these officials are not protecting these young girls, they neglecting these young ladies. They neglecting these missing person reports. All these abandoned houses, man. If I had it in my willpower to put together something, I would put together groups all across this world for people to go in abandoned homes in every community, every city, every state that they live in. It should be monthly checks. All these abandoned homes, people should be able to go through these abandoned homes at least once a month to make sure there's no people being held captive in these abandoned homes around here. All over the world, it's abandoned houses. If y'all not going to fix these houses, if people are not going to put these houses back into living condition, they need to just tear them down. Because what we're starting to see is that these homes are being used for holding places for these women who are being kidnapped, children who are being kidnapped. But people are so outraged with Robert Kelly to the fact that they're not holding the real people they need to hold accountable. Why didn't we see none of this on CBS? Why didn't we see this on NBC? Why haven't we saw this all over the news? They're not going to speak about this. I seen the same situation a few years ago in Milwaukee. In some part of Wisconsin, they had a house, an abandoned house. They was running. They had at least 15 to 16 young girls in this house, man. Hostage. Sex trafficking. You know what the people did in that little community? Man, when the police got those girls out of their house in Milwaukee, man, the people of that community, man, they went put gas and set fire, burned the whole goddamn house down. Burnt the whole house down. It's so fucked up that we get so caught up on our target till we're not looking at the spectrum of what's really going on. It's this missing women and children. This is a bigger issue than R. Kelly. This issue is way bigger than R. Kelly. This shit is way bigger than Bill Cosby. It's way bigger than Cuba Gooding Jr. But those are the people who get the headlines. Those are the people who get headlines because you know what that does? That brings in revenue. That brings in revenue for them. See, this is what bothered me, man. And then we see the injustice that goes on. I'm sitting here reading this story of George Stinney. I'm like, man, this kid was 11 years old, 14, when he was executed. Then 70 years later, y'all want to come back and say, oh, he was vindicated? Oh, he was innocent? And y'all done electrocuted this kid? 5,380 volts of electricity to his brain? Are you serious? And we okay with sitting back, watching this go down with R. Kelly? Whether he's innocent or guilty, what we should be understanding, what we have to hold these people accountable is for fairness, man. Ain't nobody saying R. Kelly is Jesus. He's human just like us. And you show me a perfect human, goddamn me, I'll show you an ocean that's split so we can walk across. Nobody perfect. Nobody's perfect in this world. But there is a justice system that must be upheld when it comes to us as people. Man, I tell y'all what, man. Whew. See, I can get to going on and going on. But, you know, it ain't gonna make no, we talk about it. And I understand. I'm a part of the people who talk about it. I'm a part of the people who talk about it. But until we put something into action, there's not going to be no change. There's not going to be no change. We can sit around and have conversations every day. We can sit around and make plans every day. But until we start acting on those plans and conversations, there's not going to be no change. We're not going to see no change. So I'm challenging all brothers to come. We're going to have to figure something out. We're going to have to come up with a man's form or something that we can present to these people to where we can start looking into getting these abandoned houses took down or revamped and turned into homes or something. But we have to start somewhere with starting to try and put a stop to what's going on with these missing children and these missing women that's being kidnapped that we're not even heard of. Let me see something right quick. Watch this. Hold on. How about this for some of the people who are pro, you know, black women and standing up for black women? How about this? They said a third of the almost 300,000 girls and women reported missing in the U.S. in 2020 were black. A third of the almost 300,000 girls and women reported missing in the U.S. in 2020 were black. Where's the outrage? Why ain't Oprah and Gayle doing docu-series about this? Why ain't Gayle and Oprah shed light on this? Where's all the people that care about this shit? This is important. A third of 300,000 women reported missing are black. Where's the outrage about that? Shit. Get Oprah. If y'all want to do something for y'all community, besides take down brothers of color, that would be a great start. Shed light on that. Shed light on this. A lot of this stuff that YouTubers shouldn't be bringing this shit to the forefront. We shouldn't be having to bring these type of issues to the forefront. I'm finna put something together to where I want to start going around in these abandoned homes, checking these abandoned homes, holding people accountable who have these abandoned homes, holding people accountable who have these abandoned homes. Why are these? Why now? I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna ask y'all this. I'm gonna ask y'all this, and this is just one thing I want to know. How many of us, everybody on here, what suburb can you go in and see an abandoned home? Have you ever seen an abandoned home in a suburb? Have you ever seen an abandoned home in a suburban area? How many abandoned homes have you seen in a suburban area? I'll wait. Go play the lotto. If you'd have seen one in a suburban area, go play the lotto. If you've seen one, go play the lotto. Why is it so fucking okay for abandoned homes to sit up in black community, urban communities for years at a time and don't nobody say shit about it? But if you park a car in front of your house and the tabs go out, they want to give you tickets. Make that shit make sense. Make that make sense. Well, Malik, I don't know what suburban area you from, but I know where I stay at and where I'm from in a suburban area, you ain't gonna see no abandoned home. Now, you may have a vacation home that some people may be in and out of, but that home is not vacated for years at a time. This house that girl in Chicago was found in, they say that house been sitting on that corner for over 25 years. That house that girl was found in Chicago had been sitting on that corner, boarded up for 25 years. Now, you mean to tell me you gonna go in a suburban area and find an abandoned house that's been sitting there for 25 years? Shit, I'll wait. I'll wait. I ain't been living but 33, but I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. If your goddamn house is too close to a suburban area, they will come buy your shit out. Your landlord will sell the goddamn house from up under you. You don't even know your landlord that sold the house. They come putting a note on your door saying you got to be out of this motherfucker in 30 days just for the people in the suburban area to tear that motherfucker down. They don't want you there. Start a branch that extension for a Habitat for Humanity merge with the existing organization and renovate those abandoned homes. Yeah, I'm finna start looking into it. I'm just fine. I thank you so much. I promise y'all, I'm finna start looking into doing something about all of these abandoned homes, man. Because the more and more I sit and think about it, the more and more I realize that why are we and why is our community the only community that's subjected to abandoned homes being set up for 20 and 30 years at a time and nothing being done about it? But if you park a car in your yard and don't renew your tabs on it, they come and put a ticket on they come put a ticket on it. If you don't cut your lawn, they come put a ticket on it. They will tell you how to run your house, but they ain't doing shit about these abandoned homes that these young kids and women are being took and snatched up off the streets and being tossed inside these houses, chained and shit to the wall. Lisa said they just found 70 missing kids and adults in Texas. This shit, every day they finding people. Missing. At some point, I'm just asking, can we, as brothers, me and a strong group of brothers, and we need a strong group of women as well, so we can start putting something together. We can get out here and advocate. It ain't about us. It ain't about us gaining. Because guess what? The blessings that we're going to get is going to come in flowing from the lives that we save. When we stop giving these people places to go with these kidnapped kids and women, guess what? Eventually they'll stop kidnapping them. We're not saying it's going to completely shut it down, but we'll make it fucking hard for them to get away with it. We sure will make it hard for them to get a fucking away with it. And I advise anybody, if you live anywhere, if you live in a community and you got abandoned homes near you, if you can afford a camera to be focused on that house, if you got a camera system in your crib or anything, make sure you watching. Those little girls that stayed next door to that house in Chicago said that they were hearing that woman in that house for weeks. What if that man would have grabbed one of those little girls? But you know what that man was smart about? He knew that somebody was going to come looking for them little girls, but he knew that wasn't nobody going to come looking for that other girl, that woman. There was a young woman that he had chained in that house in Chicago. There was a young woman he had handcuffed and chained in that house in Chicago, but he knew if he would have snatched one of those little girls, people were going to come looking. They would have been came in that house way before the 2 weeks when that man heard her. But I'm going to tell y'all how God worked. That man that found that woman in that house in Chicago, he said, man, I was finna go up this road. He said, but for some reason I came down this way. And when I came down this way, I heard the woman beating on the wall, and she said she'd been in the house for 2 weeks. See, God works in mysterious ways. If that man would have kept going his regular way that he go to get on the bus, that woman probably would have still been in that house. She probably would have still been in that house to the day. But God works in mysterious ways. So what I'm going to do, I know my big bro Dana going to hit me up. What I'm finna do, I'm going to start trying to look into figuring out what I can do to try to put together a group or something to where people, we go around and go into abandoned homes. In every state, every city, every town, they need to have these groups of people that go into these abandoned homes and checking these abandoned homes. If they're not going to revamp these abandoned homes, they need to either take them down or they're going to have to figure out how these homes can be checked on at least once a month going in there, because how is it even possible? How is it even possible for people to be running these abandoned homes like sex rings, man? Sex trafficking out of these abandoned homes. Malik, I understand what you're saying right now, brother. Look, Malik, I understand that. It was trespassing when they put the woman in there. How about that, Malik? What, are you gonna say it's trespassing if it's your kid? What if it's your kid? Is you gonna say it's trespass? If a house been sitting up here for 20 years, abandoned, boarded up, who gonna subpoena you for trespass? Who gonna fine you for trespass? I'd rather get a fine for trespassing and saving somebody's life than to not go in there because I'm worried about trespass. I don't give a fuck about trespass. I got kids. You got kids. Most people that be on these lives got kids. There's a lot of people in this world got kids. What is trespassing? Apparently, if a house been abandoned for 10, 15 years, shit, don't nobody even give a fuck about it. I don't care, man. Trespassing, what the fuck ever. Something gotta change. Something gotta change. Maybe if we trespass enough, maybe they'll do something different about people having these abandoned homes. I don't give a fuck about trespass. The fuck? Trespass. Motherfucker, if it's a life up in there, is that life worth trespassing? You fucking right. Is saving somebody's life worth trespassing? You goddamn right. A motherfucker had to trespass to get the fucking women and kids in these houses. How about that? At some point, man, some shit, you gotta stand for something or fall for any fucking thing. It don't even matter to me no more. Ain't none of us got the fucking feeling to worry about. Ain't none of us ever had to wake up and our fucking child missing. Ain't none of us ever had to wake up and say, goddamn, my child didn't come home from school yesterday. Man, Malik, ain't no emotion, none of it. It's the facts, Malik. All that shit with emotion and shit, man, I don't care about that, bro. All that shit don't matter to me, man. Because guess what? If it's your child, you gonna go in that house whether it's trespassing or not, right? See, you trespass anywhere you go. You could be trespassing going in the store. You could be trespassing going in the restaurant. Shit, you can trespass doing anything that you do. Anywhere you don't own that you go to, you could be trespassing. So what's the difference? I don't get it, man. What's the difference? What's the difference, man? If you don't own a property that you own, you could be trespassed. Simple as that. You want to talk about emotion? It ain't emotion. It's the truth, bro. Because guess what? If that guy wouldn't have trespassed, went in that house and took that girl in there, she wouldn't have been in there. So why are we trying to save somebody? Why we got to be thinking about trespassing when the person that put her in there wasn't thinking about trespassing? That's all I'm saying. It ain't about emotion. It's about facts, bro. What'd you say? I had to make sure you was good. I just had a bad dream. What you had a bad dream about? You getting hurt. Oh, well, we're going to pray about that, but I'm all right. I'm at work, son. All right. All right, I love you. I'll see you in the morning, okay? Okay, Dad. You see what I'm saying? This is why I don't give a fuck about trespassing, man. This is why I don't care about trespassing. My son called me. I had a bad dream. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. I got the Lord on my side. I got the Lord in me. I got the Lord on me. And I got the Lord over me. Period, man. Period. Period, man. This is why I speak the way that I speak. This is why I talk about what I talk about. It's people out there that are really hopeless, man. It's people out there waiting on somebody to come save them. It's people out there hoping that somebody come save them. But what are we going to study, sit back and wait? We're going to study, sit back and worry about laws? We're going to study, sit back and worry about rules? If that's the case, we might well be talking about changing the law to where if a house been abandoned for over a year or over 2 years or something like that, we can start coming up with laws to where if a house been abandoned for a certain period of time, we have a right to go in there. It's ways around all this. Man, Malik, bro, I'm not even finna, I'm gonna stop reading what you saying, bro. I'm gonna stop reading it, man. Cause every time, everybody, sometimes being politically correct is not always the right thing to be. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta take action. Sometimes you gotta take action, man. We gonna study, sit around the table, and continue to talk. What's the truth, Malik? Let's see. Let's get Malik on here since he got the truth. We're gonna bring Malik on here. Hold on. Maybe Malik can tell us. Maybe Malik can tell us how to get how to save these how to help save people. Cause apparently I don't know. I'm emotional, right? So maybe Malik can tell us how to save people. Oh, let me see. Let's see Malik's strategy. I'm just fine. This is what I'm gonna say. When I first started off, I said, what was the main thing that I said in the beginning of saying what I said? If anybody can agree, then I said, I'm gonna have to sit down and put something together. I did say I'm gonna have to sit down and put something together. I didn't say that I was just gonna go out here and start doing something. I said I was gonna sit down and put something together. That means strategize, right? That don't sound like a person that just finna go out here head first. Big bro. What's up, big bro?
Let's do it this way. Let's start with the children, right? So let's just say we in Houston. In the Houston database, let's say you got 5,000 missing children, right? The number 5,000 is inaccurate.
Can I hear you?
I hear you fine.
Now I'm saying, can I hear you? Because you sound kind of low.
Oh, I don't know. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you sound low. Can everybody hear Malik? Go ahead, keep talking to me, bro.
The number 5,000 is going to be incorrect. What happens is, and unbeknownst to those who've never been that close or had to file a missing persons report, is children, they leave and come back. But when they come back, the parent doesn't report it. So in your system, you still got Tamika Smith as a missing child. Tamika Smith has been home 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months. So your database is not accurate in correction on exactly who is missing versus who is not missing. A lot of times, what we perceive to be a missing child is not a missing child. The child just doesn't want to be found. The child just doesn't want to follow the rules. That's why a lot of times, most police are hesitant to take a missing persons report unless you're talking about a toddler. Anybody under 7, they're going to jump right on that because at 7, they can't really maneuver or think for themselves. But when you start calling in your teenage child, sometimes they come, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they take it seriously, sometimes they don't. They know how teenagers can be. As far as the females, you got a lot of women who just have given up on themselves, who tend to think that that's it. So a lot of times, what we think was a kidnapping may not have been a kidnapping. He may have just lured her to a place, sold her a pipe dream. The reason why a lot of folks don't fuck with abandoned houses, or you have abandoned houses in the city at a high volume, because it's a major tax write-off. And before I sell it, I'm going to keep writing it off to get that money. That's
right.
just like I said to you.
That's why I
That's
said in the beginning of before I started to speak what I was speaking, I said we got to sit down and come up with something to start holding, something that we can present to these people. You know, just like you say, if the reports ain't accurate, that's a good suggestion to present to the people. Like, hey, well, why aren't y'all updating these reports when these people go home, or why aren't y'all following up and seeing if these kids are going back home? This is stuff that we can start doing. This is stuff that we can do if it's something that we put together. Just just try to help, try to bring awareness to it, to try to bring knowledge, to other people about it or whatever the situation may be. When I spoke what I spoke, I clearly made it clear that I said this is something that I have to sit down and think about and try to put something together. Because I don't know how it is where you from, but I know how it is where I'm from. I know that there are houses still boarded up that's been abandoned since I was a kid. That's still boarded up and abandoned right now to this day.
Okay. I can almost promise you that whoever owns that property, one, doesn't even probably live close to where the property is. And two, they have the mindset of, I can't see or nor do I want to know what's going on in that property because I'm still getting paid every year.
Yeah, but we the people, we can change that. We can figure out ways to change that, because this shouldn't be okay for this just because they feel like that, or it's okay for somebody to have somewhere to break into and take people inside and chain them up to walls and radiators and all different types of shit like that. That's not okay.
You're 100% right. It'll never be okay. It'll never be cool. And I totally understand what you're saying. But when you look at it as though the black woman, if you get rid of, and I hate to say it that way, if you make 10 black women come up missing, you can just save 50 new babies. So somebody in your chat said population control. So
I think it was Love Yourself. That's our girl.
Once upon a time in Baltimore, the population of Baltimore used to be 1 million people. Now you barely got 500,000. That's a lot of goddamn people you lost.
Hell yeah.
So when you look at the amount of people, look at the amount of revenue the state has lost. Because Maryland as a whole may got 1.5. So now you done lost a third of the people that you had. Economics gonna change, cost of living gonna change, how you live, where you live, all that's getting ready to change and shift. I'm not saying that it's right to kidnap women or abuse women or children, or a lot of what we see has probably been going on unbeknownst to us for years.
Yeah,
It's just more prevalent now because you are aware of it and you looking at it from a broader lens.
Oh yeah, and I just and like I said, I know you one of the people. You most definitely one of the people. When the shit that I talk about, how we talk. So when it come down to shit like this, is something that I feel like, because you do have an outreach where you reach out to children and you deal with children, different types of children. So you have a greater understanding for some of the shit that I don't understand when it comes to children that are runaways compared to taken. You know what I'm saying? That's a big difference. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I was saying to you, I remember I had to call in a missing person report. And at this time, Baltimore City had just went to Blackberries. So it's policy and procedure. Every day at the end of the shift, the patrol officer has to take his company issue phone and back it up. So upon it was him and her coming for the missing person report. When I gave the person name, he had 5 reports already in the phone. 5 reports in a period of, let's just say, 60 days. Now, I know I've seen the kid several times within 60 days. It meant that nobody never called back to close it out. And what the first thing they said is, most people don't. Because once the child comes, you figure, fuck it, they home now. Da da da. And if they played the runaway card once, they're gonna play it again. So a lot of times, police or law enforcement, they spend a lot of time spinning their wheels. Because once you enter in the system, I know old school police started to know who you were. So they would know what your MO was. Oh, boy, Big Vi, him and mom over there arguing. Vi said, fucking, he ain't going home tonight. All right. I'm going to swoop the block. He probably going to be around there with Mike and him. He going to talk to me for a few. I'm going to tell him cool off, go ahead home in the morning. Police now, they ain't got time for that shit. Because the way that you police now is so fucked up. And it's fucked up because of the police in Baltimore. So first of all, you got to correct those who oversee us.
Right, and that's a big part of it.
Then you got to correct us for letting the motherfucker do whatever they want to do. Because a lot of times, folks are afraid to ask questions, and they tell you that. Any police officer would tell you have a right to ask me a question. If I pull you over, you got to tell me why you stopped me.
Right.
I don't have to give you my driver's license and registration. If my driver's license and registration in my glove box, I don't have to get you. And you can't go in there.
Right. It's trespass.
Right. But a lot of folks don't know that.
That's what I was telling the guy yesterday. He was talking. He said, man, dude got caught. A dude got caught with 8 pounds of weed in the car. I said, look, if a dude got caught with 8 pounds of weed in the car, I said, maybe somebody told on him. I say, but if ain't nobody tell on him, he's so stupid, he probably riding and smoking weed. If the officers smell weed, that's probable cause. They smell weed, they search the car.
I'm gonna tell you what else a lot of folks don't know. And it's really not, it's not probable cause. But it looks suspicious. I remember in the windshield of my Crown Vic, I used to collect air fresheners. But the particular air freshener was an Ed Hardy. Ed Hardy air fresheners were not sold everywhere in Baltimore. They was exclusive. So I would keep them because every week or twice a week when I pulled the Crown Vic out, I would go get the car washed. So in my window, I would have, let's say, all white, all yellow, all red, all purple. It was a colorful spectrum. So one day, I'm at the car wash. We all at the car wash, everybody getting their cars washed. And I didn't know he was an officer at first until after he started talking. He said, my man, every time I come, I say, I notice you here. He said, you keep the joint clean. He said, but you do realize that all them trees in that window are suspicious. I was like, what you mean? He was like, well, after a certain point, you really can't see out the mirror clearly. But he was like, if I was a police officer, I would wonder, why do you have so many of the trees? So I said, okay. I said, but now, let me show you what kind of tree it is. It's not a tree, so I showed it to him. So he said, oh, okay. Nice smell, strong smell. Seems like it lasts a while. So I gave him one. So next time I was at the car wash, he came through, regular old jolly. He said, let me explain to you further on why I said that. He said, because a lot of folks who smoke marijuana are known to put the trees in their car. I said, I knew where he was going with it, buddy. I said, but if you remember, I didn't give you a regular tree. I said, and if you can think about it, those people who have those trees in their car, they don't take the paper off the tree. I said, because on the tree, it tell you, pull it down to this notch. So not only do you have the tree, but you got the paper.
Mm-hmm.
He said, what do you mean? I said, flip over to the back of the tree. He flipped over on the back of the tree, and lo and behold, it shows you on what notch to pull it to at what time. He said, damn, you know what? All these years. I said, yeah. I know all these years. I said, but I also know enough to understand when somebody's trying to give me a good piece of advice. That's why I showed you what I had. And also, I don't even smoke grass. But it's the fact that you were willing to have a dialogue on something that could have gotten me into being pulled over just because. So he said, how come you don't have more like you? I said, I don't know. I say, but I realized two things. If you pull me over and I make it difficult for you, I know you can make it 10 times worse for me. So what I'm going to do is, I'm trying to keep it simple. I ain't trying to add no extra shit to the fact you stopped me. I'm trying to hear what you got to say, comply with your rules, because I got somewhere I'm trying to beat you. He said, young man make a lot of goddamn. I said, yeah. But most folks become confrontational. Oh, man, motherfucking police, bitch ass nigga. Oh, you old suck ass nigga. Why are you pulling me over? That's all you want to do is fuck with me. Yeah, yada, 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 yada.
Yeah, that's what they look for.
Right.
So,
motherfuckers simply trying to do their job.
you see, let's say over the weekend in Chicago, they had 46 shootings on Memorial Day, 10 people dead. Nothing on the news about it. But, it's just so much that goes on in the world. And I know we as people can only do so much. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's a lot of good fathers out there. There's a lot of great fathers out there that can, organize. And I'm quite sure we not the only one having this conversation just trying to figure out where to start. You get what I'm saying?
True.
And I just feel like it's just gonna take somebody to start it, somebody to kick it off and initiate it for it to take off. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna look into writing certain people, programs or whatever the situation I may have to do. I got family members, that's law and different things like that. So I'm gonna just go and I'm gonna just tell some of my family members about some of the things that I think could be a solution. Because if you start, we ain't got to start in 5 or 6 different places all over. We can start in one area, and as long as it get the awareness, it'll grow. It'll grow.
I'm gonna tell you where you start. You go to that neighborhood that you're familiar with, and you offer that one female who looked like she needs some change, and ask her a question. Your question can be whatever you choose it to be. I'm not being specific. And see if she gives you a valuable question and a valuable answer. Go right to the source. I watched this little skit on Instagram where the guy, he runs around here giving people money. But what he says is,
he asked them, you got $1? Is that the guy you talking about?
Yeah.
He asked him, you got $1?
Yeah.
And I seen some people say, nah, I ain't got it. But I seen homeless people take, they last $2. There's one guy he had number $1 in his pocket. And he gave it to the dude. And he's like, man, he said, that's all I got, but you can have it. And he turned around and he gave the dude like 200. He even be in the grocery. I know the dude you talking about. He go in the grocery store, he asked the lady, "Could you buy this bottle of water for me?" I'm sure the lady had some coupons. She like, "Nah, I ain't finna buy no man no bottle of water." Whole time the dude was finna buy all her groceries.
Right. Now, it's another guy on there too. He used to see this homeless guy who was a well-known painter, well-known artist. The guy fell down on his luck and he was homeless. For his 50th birthday, he threw the guy a party. Unbeknownst to the guy, the party was to sell the guy's paintings. The guy went from having nothing. I think that night they sold like 50 grand worth of art. The guy took all the money and brought him an apartment for 1 year and put him back on his feet. The dude said, "Man, I can't never repay you." He said, "It's not about you repaying me." He was like, "It's about what you did for me that you don't realize you did." And the guy said, "What?" He said, "You went through a hard time in your life and you never looked down. You never looked back. You never, ever, ever stopped being who you were." He said, and at some point, all you needed was a chance again. He said, and for that, I had to be the one to give you a chance. Put him on his feet, the whole nine, apartment, the whole nine yards. And I meant to go back to see if they had did a follow-up clip to it to see like how they got. But the dude was thankful. Got a nice little apartment. Started back doing what he was doing the whole nine yards. I think also what we need to do is this. If we put our ego on one shelf, our pride on another shelf, and our reality in our back pocket and sit on it, I think we'll come out better as a man. Because pride and ego fucks up your reality. Because sometimes you ain't doing nothing but sitting on your ass.
Yeah. And one thing I want to say, I'm glad you mentioned that because it's some younger cats in the hometown I'm from, which is some of my family members as well. Like they gave back. They didn't really give back to the community, but they did community service work in the little town we from, where they, weedy grass, cleaned out ditches and different things like that. So I'm gonna reach out to them guys and try to put something together, because I'm gonna be in my hometown this weekend and try to I'm gonna ride around and peep out the scene, take some addresses down, and try to put something together to go back and clean them properties up, get them cleaned up, make them visible. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna start there. And I got a platform, that I can stream on and use my platform, and along with going to the police, the city police, the sheriff, whatever of the town, and I do good. I always do donate to the football team and things like that in this town that I'm from, that I went to school at. I always donate to the football team every football season. Gatorade sponsor, whatever I can do. So I'm gonna start right there, and that's gonna be my start, and I'm gonna make sure I can bring that to my YouTube to show that I'm finna be out here taking action and not just talking.
Okay. So with that being said, I want you to find an abandoned house, right? Research. You should be able to call your local property and assessment for land. They should be able to give you the landlord of the property. Simply write a letter to the landlord expressing to him that you would like to clean up the property. If nobody has been there in a long period of time, just throw it out there to them that, hey, if I clean up your property, I would like to do, let's just say, a fundraiser for the folks in the neighborhood or whatever. See where his head at or her head is. Because the fastest way to get to the end is to go straight at it. So if that one landlord is willing to help let you clean up the property and all that, somebody else may be. And then somebody else may have enough property or say, hey, Big Val, look, man, why don't you come on in and help me put some furniture in here. Maybe we could take a homeless person off the street. Or maybe we can take 2 homeless people off the street. Because the one thing about black people, once you start giving them their flowers, they like to shine. And if they know that they was one of the first people to help spearhead your movement, and they know that they can shine, now that they can glow, especially if they're old head. He can put this little Stacey Adams on, with his little 3 chains with his baby powder, running around here looking like Jerome. Well, I'm coming back to help the community, y'all. Young fella. And now what you had as a dilapidated piece of property, now it got some life because the owner got some life. A lot of times, man, us as people, we'll let our property go to shit because we went to shit. And it take that one person to say, man, I remember you used to keep your grass real green, Mr. Johnson. I remember you was cutting it every week, putting the fertilizer on it. I would like you to help me look my grass like, I would like you to help me get my grass to look like your grass used to look. Oh, boy, stop playing. No, Mr. Johnson, maybe if you got a couple of minutes, you'll show me some tricks.
It's finna go down, man. It's finna say we need to find what Alicia said exactly, Mighty. I was always taught if you can lay down and make maybe they having a conversation. Mighty say if I find we need skill more than fun, though I see a lot of people blow through cash because they never know how to build cash. Capitalism is easy once you have imagination and keep. Okay, well I tell you one thing, boy, I'm finna be goddamn, cause I operate all heavy equipment from dozers to excavators to loaders, whatever, man. It's finna go down. But I think I'm gonna do some demolition. Also, my grandma passed away. She left. My grandma had land and she had properties, but now that all my family has moved and relocated from there, nobody really go there no more. So that even with my family, it's gonna be the same thing. What we gonna do with this property? Is y'all gonna sell it? If y'all want it? Y'all want to put another house here? What we gonna do with it?
And
because at this point,
what is that back in Detroit?
Nah, in Louisiana.
Okay. When you get a chance, right? Hit me offline. I got something I started doing and I stopped. But I just thought about something. And where you are is the perfect place. But also I know that from Ohio to Chicago, they kind of close, right? Ohio, Chicago, Detroit, all that.
Yeah, Chicago, Indiana, Ohio, yeah.
We gonna throw a line out.
Okay.
And we gonna constructively write this letter. And we're gonna send it as an email. And if it happened like I think it's gonna happen, in about 30 days, we're gonna get the special guest on your show. This particular guest, if he gonna honor his word, like I was told he would honor his word, gonna catapult you, your movement, because that's one of the things he into. But I'm gonna tell you offline, and you tell me how you feel on it. Knowing you, first thing you're gonna say is hell yeah. Because
we gonna talk. We gonna be able to talk a little bit later tonight. But the most important, my most important thing is to action, is to take action. As far if it's like you say, writing the paper, getting the emails ready. And I will be, what I'm gonna do tonight, I'm gonna create an email tonight and I'm gonna post it on my community wall. And I'm really skeptical about posting it on my community wall because of all the shit that's been going on with people coming in spamming my channel, doing all the crazy shit. And that I know that's just shit for people trying to discourage you from not doing what you want to do. But I will find out how to make it to where people that I know that I'm familiar with can access this email, access me through email or whatnot. So
I'll tell you one better. When I get off here, I'm gonna shoot you my email. Send it to me in the email so I can read it. And
okay,
if we on the same page with this, then we gonna send it to Dana. And if all three on the same page, this gonna be some real shit.
yeah.
And I ain't gonna say nothing else about it. I'm done talking about it. Hey, I appreciate the chat. Always love the vibe. Hey, everybody, stay up, stay good, stay humble, stay blessed. Definitely stay sucker free. But I mean,
Yeah, and most definitely, I got my brother David Newsom also in Chicago. I wanna have that brother know aboard with the movement because that brother David, that's a good dude in Chicago. You
that's
know what I'm
fine.
saying? You know what I'm saying? I like his letter to Chicago that he writing. I'm not sure if y'all heard it, but I could play it. He started writing a letter addressing Chicago, and I
Look,
feel like he's taking a big step.
send me a link. I'll check the joint out whenever you get a chance.
Okay.
Whenever you get a chance, I ain't got no problem with it. But look, again, if you can't stay sucker free, at least make it a charm pop. That way the haters understand. Bitch, I'm gonna keep smiling no matter what. And I'm out.
All right. You right, Sippin. I'm gonna do it. I gotta find another way. I'm gonna let y'all hear this before I get up out of here. If y'all have it, man, let me go to the brother David channel. He got a letter, David Newsom. He got a letter called "Stand With Me, Chicago." I'm gonna let y'all hear a little bit of it. He not done writing it, but I'm telling y'all, just listen to what he's saying.
Okay, let's try it. Working on this, writing this little speech or a letter to Chicago. It say, "Hey Chicago, my name is David Lewis Newsom. I am the unofficial mayor of Chicago." And I say mayor because I believe that as a citizen of this great city and state, I, as well as all of you, are the real power. And we delegate that power to people who represent our concerns. And as it has now come to be known that our present mayor is not concerned about the injustice that our brother and native son of Chicago is currently experiencing under this corrupt, tyrannical justice and justice system. Yes, I am speaking of Robert Sylvester Kelly and how his civil rights have been trampled on. I am not speaking of his innocence or guilt, but I am strictly speaking to the illegal and unconstitutional way in which they tried and convicted Robert Sylvester Kelly and are now waiting to sentence him. The way the government is acting with this case is beyond egregious. It is a declaration of war on Black people. As citizens of the city, we are at ground zero. If you stand for law and order and equal justice under the law, Stand with me for a show of peaceful, for a show of peaceful, for a show, for a peaceful presentation of raw power. To let the current power know you will not be handling us like this in your courts. We seek acquittal on behalf of Robert S. Kelly, and at the very least, a new trial. And I just want to give a definition of power. It's really like the ability to move the crowd. And we have the ability to move these people the way that we want to. And they're gonna fight a little bit.
Brother David, I can't wait till that brother finish that letter, man. Stand with me, Chicago. Stand with me, Chicago. That is a native of Chicago who's writing that letter addressing Chicago and the officials of Chicago, the unofficial mayor of Chicago. Man, I can't wait till that brother finish putting that letter together, because he's on to something. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that talking without action is nothing. Talk without action is nothing. So that's why it's important that we act on these things that are going on and that are transpiring in the world, and let people know that we're watching. We are watching. And last but not least, before I get up out of here, I'm gonna give y'all a little laughter, man. He just smacked the woman on the butt and she done kicked this bug like a horse, man. I'm just fine. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Boy. How you thought you just gonna get away with that? Boy, she Shawn Michael, that nigga was sweet chin music. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Boy. I don't know what he thought was gonna come behind it. Oh Lord. Man. Boy, he tore up. Oh Lord. Well, she kicked the shit out of that dude. But y'all know, man, we finna kick it and get up out of here, man. We finna get on up out of here, man. Let's party, man. Thank y'all for coming. I really enjoyed everybody. Shout out to all the new people that came over and hung out. And JoJo, I'm just fine. Appreciate everything you put in the chat. I appreciate everybody over here supporting. Man, y'all don't understand, man. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than you. This is bigger than us. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Coretta? This is bigger than us, man. At the end of the day, if we want to see a change, if we want to see change in the world, we want to see change in our community, the only thing we can do is get out and make it happen, man. We got to stop waiting on people to bring change to us. We got to go out and make it happen, man. So if there's anything that you want to do, anything that you got to do, anything that you need to do, you got to get up and make it happen, man. Because if you continue to sit around, if you continue to wait, time is just going to study pass you by. No change is going to happen in life if you don't get out and take action. You know what I'm saying? People complain. What you complaining for? If you're going to complain, the same breath, the same energy that you use to complain about shit, use that same breath and that same energy to go out and do some shit. Stop waiting on somebody to tell you what you can and can't do. Stop waiting on the next person to do something and you say, oh, they stole my idea. You know what I'm saying? Stop being okay with thinking you got until tomorrow. Stop thinking tomorrow I'm going to do it. Oh, I'm going to get to it Thursday. Oh, I'm going to get to it Friday. That goddamn basket of clothes you sitting there not going to wash yourself. Them dishes in your sink ain't going to wash yourself. If you hungry, the only way you going to eat is if you feed yourself. You can have all the food in the world in the deep freezer and the refrigerator, but if your ass can't prepare it, then guess what? You just going to be hungry. We got to stop waiting on change to come to us. We got to stop waiting on change to just happen for us. If you want change, and if you expect change, and you want to see change, you got to get up and make change. You got to make change happen. Change is not just going to change because you feel like it needs to change. Don't give a fuck. When it's wintertime, it's wintertime. When it's summertime, it's summertime. When it's spring, it's spring. When it's fall, it's fall. You can't go outside in the winter and say, let it be summer and it get hot. Hell no. It's not going to work that way. If you want change, the only way you're going to get change is if you get out and do it. We got to stop being okay with these people, what they allow us. We're going to allow you to do this. I'm going to allow you to do that. A motherfucker will give you $100 to keep you away from $1,000, and you will be okay with it. But all you had to do was take a little bit more initiative. You could have had $1,100. But you okay with what they give you. Stop being okay with what they give us. We got to stop being okay with what they give us. You deserve more. You deserve whatever it is that your heart desires. You don't have to be okay. You don't have to be content. You don't have to be complacent. Life is so much bigger. The world is so much bigger when you get out and start to do things. When you get out and start to explore. Open up your eyes. Open up your heart. If you donate $5, you know what I do? I get a $20. I have $20 in my car every week. I get change, all $1 bills, and I give it away. I give somebody $1 here. I give $1 there. I give out $1 until I don't have $1 no more. But you know what my ultimate goal is? The same people that I'm giving $1 to, I can't wait until I'm able to get those same people $5. I can't wait until I'm able to get those same people $10. I'm not waiting until I'm able to get those same people $15, $20. Because the more I start to give them, the more I start to realize that God is blessing me. Salute to you, Coretta. Salute to you. You're supposed to be proud of yourself. Every day you wake up, you thank God and thank God and you thank God and you thank God and you thank yourself. Because without God, nothing is possible. And with God, everything is possible. He is the creator. Give God his praise, and guess what? God gonna continue to bless you. God gonna continue to bless you. I remember one of the guys, I swear for God, I promise y'all, let me turn this camera on. I'm gonna tell y'all something. About a month ago, this way that I take to work, I take this one road to work every day. I used to see this guy. I don't know if he was grown. I don't know if he was a kid or whatever. I used to give this guy $1 every day. He would stand on the corner, from where I live, the road I turned to get ready to get on the highway to come to work. This guy was standing right here every day with a sign, and I would give this guy $1 every day. I give this guy $1 every day. Man, it was probably like a month because I had started taking a new way to work. But every day when I started taking that new way to work, I would give this guy $1 every day. So one day, it was probably like a month, I wasn't even paying no attention at all, right? I goes to Sonic to take my son to get something to eat after he got from school. I goes to Sonic, order some food for my son. So as I'm sitting in the car, I pay for the food with my credit card. I was trying to pay for the food with my credit card. And I'm like, damn, something was going on. You know how Sonic be. They little pay things at the outside don't always work. So the dude come in to give us our food, and I'm looking at this dude. I'm looking like, you look familiar, but you don't look familiar. You look familiar, but you don't look familiar. But when I looked at his shoes, I knew. My son even told me, because on the weekend, this dude would be out there on that corner. My son say, Dad, that's the guy from down the street that used to stand on the corner by the red light, by the intersection. I said, that surely is that dude. I say, hey man, I say, you the guy? He said, I know you. He said, I knew you look familiar. I was wondering, was you gonna recognize me? He said, you know what, today gonna be for you. He said, I'm gonna let you use my employee discount for your meal today. And man, I swear to God, I said, man, I told my son, I said, you see how God works? I said, we were just giving this dude $1 every day. We come to Sonic to get something to eat, man. Somebody blessed this dude with a job. Somebody came on that same corner where I was giving this brother $1, and they blessed this same dude with a job. Cause me and my son would go to that Sonic and get slushies and milkshakes and things like that. So that guy hadn't been working at that Sonic. Somebody came to that same corner where I was giving that guy $1, and they blessed that same dude with a job. The same dude that I was giving $1 for almost a month, somebody had gave this dude a job, man. You tell me God ain't real. Can't nobody tell me God ain't able. Can't nobody tell me God ain't willing. But you got to be willing to come out of your situation. Somebody offered that kid a job, and guess what? That kid was willing to come out of that situation. Somebody offered that dude a job, and he was willing to take that offer. He was willing to take that offer. So when God enter in your life and make you an offer, you better be willing to take that offer. You better be willing to take that. When God make you an offer, you better not resist. You better not even think about resisting. See me, man, I'm a believer. I know God real. I know where he can take you from. I know where he can take you from. I know where he can take you from, man. You just got to be consistent. And when your opportunity comes, you have to take full advantage of it. Amen, Coretta. Amen. Hey, to each and every one of y'all out there, man, love on y'all children. Love on y'all family, like I said yesterday. If y'all got family member that you ain't talked to in long periods of time, don't hold no grudges against nobody, man. Free y'all heart. Free y'all heart of anything that could be hindering you. Make that space available for God to come in and work for you. Clear that space that's being hindered by anything that's holding you back. Clear that space and let God come in and occupy that space for you. It's something out there that's much greater for you, for me, and everybody. But we have to make room for God to come in and work. God don't like to work in no crowded kitchen. You know what your parents tell you? I'm not cooking until the dishes washed. So if y'all want to eat, what you gonna do? You gonna get in there and wash them dishes so mama can cook. So that's just how you gotta treat your heart. God can't work on your heart if you got it clogged up with bullshit. Just because a person don't speak to you, just because a person turn their face up at you, just because a person pass by like they don't see you, can't hold that against them. Don't clog your heart with bullshit that God just can't operate around. Free yourself. Give God room to work. Give God room to work. Give God room to show you, to shower you. And most importantly, appreciate the smaller things, the smaller justice. Appreciate the small things. Because greater is to come. Greater is to come. And with that being said, each and every one of y'all know I hate to leave. I hate to leave y'all like this. I hate to leave y'all like this. But free Rob, justice for Rob. Go, Jenny, go. Jennifer, continue to do what you do. And to these other bloggers out here who's harassing Miss Bojine and doing things that Miss Bojine has not approved of, let this attorney do her job. Y'all already compromised previous attorneys, but as y'all can see, that y'all are not going to be able to compromise Jennifer Bojine. So the best advice that I can give to anyone out there that is stalking, harassing Miss Jennifer, leave this lady alone. She's told the prosecutors, she's told Ann Donnelly, she's told these witnesses, she's told Darryl McDavid, she's told his lawyer, she is not the one. And if you think she's playing, keep fucking with her. Keep fucking with her. Bad news gonna beat your ass home. Trust me. Keep fucking with Jennifer. Bad news gonna beat your ass home. Now y'all think this lady playing. This ain't no Greenberg type shit. This woman ain't finna play with y'all. So, thanks again. And with that being said, peace and love to each and every one of y'all. Y'all be safe. Y'all be careful. Protect those babies. Love on those babies. And until next time, I see you all later. Peace out.